and welcome back to my channel. It's Angel with a Halo here, and I'm back with another video. Finally, school has been keeping me busy, so as promised, I am going to try my very best in order to deliver and post a video every Friday. I said try. But today's video, I'm going to be talking about my very first pageant experience, as basically the run of the day would be if I was competing and how I felt as a contestant for the very first time, and basically my story of how I competed in pageants. So please like, subscribe, and comment down below whatever you want to see, and let's get into it. I also have my notes, so I'm going to be looking down occasionally at my tablet because I forget things. So first of all, I have competed in pageants. I competed in 8 pageants total. I did have a pageant that I was supposed to compete in, but I didn't due to unforeseen circumstances. So I started in 2013, which means I started in 2015. So I started in 2015. I was actually 13 at the time, and I've competed in 8 different pageants in the span of 6 years. That's not. And not only that, I am officially retired. In 2020, I decided to call it quits, so no pageants for me. I'll explain later in a different video, but that's neither here nor there. So as I mentioned before, I was 13 when I started. That is practically late. Most contestants start whenever they're able to compete, which is 0 to 6 months, depending on what circuit you're in and also the pageant age divisions. So most of the time they start as newborns or 0 to 6 months, and you're able to go up from there. So you have the Miss Division, Miss Division, and the MS Division, and the Mistress Division now, because things have been open, so now moms can compete with their daughters if they would like to. They also have Mommy and Me pageants, so that is really awesome. And I was very late to it. Like I said, I started at 13, and I told my mom that, hey, I would like to start a pageant. She was like, huh? You want to do it now? So she was like, okay, cool. And she put out a post on Facebook and was like, anybody knows who's doing a pageant in the local area? And I'm sure you probably want to hear what her experience was like as a pageant mom, because I kind of threw her in for a loop. So I probably will do a video later, having her own personal details of what things went on. But so basically she just put out a message on Facebook, I remember, and was like, anybody's doing local pageants in the area, and we found this coordinator who was amazing, and I competed in my first pageant. It's nothing like the show. If you ever watch Toddlers and Tiara, don't do that to yourself. It's a good show, no hate to the show, but as far as preparing yourself for pageants, don't. Now if you're even for 6 years old, it's not all. There's some toddlers that will throw a tantrum now. There's been some toddlers. We've seen some toddlers, throw some tantrums. But it's nothing like the actual show. Once you're in the full loop and circle, you're just it's not like that. So I really had a support team whenever I did these pageants. My mom and my grandmother were very open to the idea of it, and were like, okay, you want to do this? Okay, we'll just, we just need people to put us in the right direction. They were very much my mom would find me a dress, my grandmother would drive me to the events, and she also did my makeup for one event, and basically just cheer me on stage most of the time. So I'm really grateful for that. It's very important that you find a support system when you're talking about entering in pageants, because they can get expensive. It can lead to a lot of money depending on how big the pageants are and even what age division you're in. It depends everything depends on a certain circumstance. So preparation for the actual pageant was basically me watching Toddlers and Tiaras. Like I said before, do not watch the show if you're going to compete in a pageant. It's not going to help you. If you are, like I said, when I started I was 13, so if you're 13, do not watch that. If you are under like 6, because 6 years old can get away with being cute, you could possibly, pull off some kisses and you're on your merry way. But when you're 13, you have to, there's a certain way you walk, there's a certain way you have to carry yourself, and they're looking for poise, they're looking for grace. Do you have confidence in yourself? Not only that, do you have personality? Are you able to show your personality without being cute? Toddlers are more of like showing kissy faces and making kissy faces, blowing kisses. 13 years old, it's like you can't do that. You can't do that. So that was my mistake as a first time competing. That was my mistake. And also I got my nails done and my eyebrows done. Listen to this. Listen, okay? I have thick eyebrows. Please hear me good when I say this. Do not get your eyebrows arched a day before the pageant. Do it a week in advance if you can. Just don't. You will be having thin eyebrows. In later pictures, you will see my thin eyebrows I'll be talking about in later episodes. I also got my nails done. Most of the time I've had my nails done the day before, so the pageants will be held on Saturday, and I would always get my nails done and I always get my eyebrows done usually the day before or 2 days before. Most of the time, like, this is my very first pageant, so we didn't have to worry about waking up at 5 a.m. It was like 3 p.m, get to the venue and the location, and we're good to go. I made the mistake of not knowing what an OOC is. So in pageantry, you will have an outfit of choice or a fun fashion, depending on what age division or what circuit you're in. If you're talking about nationals, totally different from a local. 2 different things, which, like I said, I'll explain later on in different videos, so you can get the whole terminology and definitions, but bear with me right now. Outfit of choice is something something relates to the theme. Competition that we did was like Miss Snow, so it was like relating to breast cancer awareness, and not even that, it was like your favorite Christmas outfit. I didn't know that, honestly. I didn't think I read the application or anything to that manner. I was like, what's the double outfit? I'm looking at all the other contestants like, what's another outfit? What you mean? So, and they were like, oh, you're gonna wear that, which I had on a Sunday church dress, like the thing that I go to church in, and they were like, oh, you could wear that for your next category. I was only aware there was gonna be one. So do your research before you go into your competitions. But it was all good because I had fun at the end of the night, and I love my dress. It was a $25 thrift store dress, and I also wore a Sunday dress, but it was fine. I was nervous, extremely nervous. I walked very fast. I think I made kissy faces. I remember, looking back at it, it's so cringe, but I think I remember making kissy faces at the judges, and one of the judges was like, "You don't need to do that. You're not 13." And I was like, yeah, the only thing that I know about pageants is Toddlers and Tiaras and, watching other pageants, but they were usually 18 and 19, up in that area. So it was like, what you mean? So it was only me and another girl were competing. So it was only 2 girls in my division, myself and someone else. And she ended up winning queen. I got first runner up. And nothing was really crazy about that day. Other than my hair. My hair is pretty upped in like a 1920s style. The makeup was stage makeup, so it's pretty heavy. Whenever you're under lights, don't wear stage makeup unless you're going to be in theatrical parts of it, but you can get away with wearing like regular makeup and not wearing no makeup at all. Is personally your choice, but it was a bit different. I really don't regret anything as far as like entering my first pageant. I just wished I would have like relaxed enough for myself to like be comfortable in my skin, and not really worry about, you know, how I was perceived as. And it was like really a big jump for me, because like when you're 13, you're competing, you have your own issues. Like I had body image issues really bad, and there was not a lot of girls that were like me. I'm like considered plus size, so it was different not seeing other girls that were like my size. So that's the reason why I competed in pageants. And I just wish that I had that kind of confidence that I gained now. But you live and you learn, honestly. I didn't really go into too much details in this video as I thought I would. Possibly I will next time, but thank you for watching, and I hope you continue to watch as I make this a series and listen to more episodes. So, bye!